Hey there, let's see how we can use our knowledge of circle geometry to solve some exam type questions. For our first example, P is a point outside the circle QSR with center O. PQ and PR are tangents to the circle at points Q and R respectively. If angle OPQ is 30 degrees, find the angle labeled X. Now, looking at the diagram, the first thing we are going to note is that angle OQP is a right angle, that is, it is equal to 90 degrees. This is because the tangent to a circle is always perpendicular to the radius. Now, what this means is that if we consider the triangle OPQ, we'll discover that the angle at O plus the angle at P plus the angle at Q is equal to 180 degrees. This is because the sum of the angles inside a triangle is 180 degrees. So, for the angle at O, we have X. For the angle at P, we have 30. And for the angle at Q, we have 90. So, we have that X plus 30 plus 90 is 180. Now, if we make X the subject of the formula, the equation becomes X equal to 180 minus 30 minus 90. And this gives us X to be equal to 60 degrees. Let's see another example. P is a point outside the circle QR with center O. PQ and PR are tangents at Q and R respectively. If angle QPR is 60 degrees, find the angles labeled A and B. Again, when we look at the given diagram, the first thing we note is that angle OQP is equal to angle ORP, and both of them are right angles, that is, they are equal to 90 degrees. And this is because a tangent to a circle is always perpendicular to the radius. Now, what this means is that O plus P plus Q plus R is equal to 360 degrees. And this is because the sum of angles in a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Now, in this case, we are considering the quadrilateral PQOR. So, the angles at those points sum up to 360 degrees. Now, the angle at O is B. The angle at P is 60 degrees. The angle at Q is 90 degrees, and the angle at R is also 90 degrees, all equal to 360. Making B the subject of the formula, we now have B equal to 360 minus 60 minus 90 minus 90, which gives us 120 degrees as B. Now, let's use this to find A. Looking at the positions of angles A and B, we can see that both angles are subtended from the same point. And recall the theorem that states that The angle subtended at the center of a circle is twice the angle subtended at any other point on the circumference. What this means is that B is equal to 2A. Or we can say that A is equal to B over 2. And we already have B to be 120 degrees. So A is 120 divided by 2, which gives us 60 degrees. So we have the value of A to be 60 degrees and the value of B to be 120 degrees. And there you have it. Let's see in another lesson as we solve more questions.